Hello everyone, my name is Cetus and welcome back to my Let's Play of Stellaris, creating a hegemony. We are still in the expand phase. I feel like I just keep explaining a lot. Actually, I'm going to unpause while I talk, because our ships are just out there exploring. Let's let them explore. And of course something happens to interrupt it. Basically, I talk a lot to explain features because this is a complex game, and I'm trying to give at least a general sense of it without getting in too much depth, and that's resulted in us not having expanded that far. But we'll try and pick up the pace here. Okay, our survey ship found some strategic resources, volatile motes, but we can't use that yet because we don't have the tech to take advantage of that. So you know, it will be good later on, but for now, it's kind of meaningless to us. We have 3 science ships out there surveying. Some are looking at anomalies, some are exploring new systems for us.
Star system charted.
We began as a hegemony with 2 allies. We are basically going to let our allies expand out this way, and we are going to expand out to the left. Take control of this ring.
Construction complete.
Done taking control of it, so let's build the mining station for the energy and the research station.
Communications.
Our other ally also wants a research agreement with us. We're going to do that because bonuses to research are good. It does cost us some influence points, which we kind of want to save up for expanding, but research is, you might have noticed a trend throughout this, I think very important. This science ship is done. We're going to keep going left. As I said in the last episode, exploring out isn't the most important because we can come back and take over that later. We want to expand out this way as much as possible and try and take control of choke points to stop empires expanding into us. We completed translating the murals, and we gain a bunch of science points in that area, and we want gonna take that planet. Nope, I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it. It might be worth it. I'm not doing it. Come explore this way. Okay, we gained out engineering research. I don't remember what we were researching, and I missed the pop-up for it. So we can grab afterburners, which gives we can put on ships to give better evasion and speed. We'll look at shipbuilding later. We can build armor. Armor protects you against certain types of attacks, and we can upgrade planetary build speed. Let's grab the armor. None of that was particularly urgent for us, so there's no particular need to pick any of it. We'll want better ships at some point. Lost in space. The signal we intercepted was a distress call from a ship in orbit. The ship is not giving off any heat signatures and seems to be drifting. We should investigate the derelict ship.
Complete.
Our other ally wants a migration treaty. He would be more fitting with us. There's less conflict, but again, I want the influence for now, so we're gonna say no. Let's come in here. Again, I'm gonna track on map so I know where it is, and it needs a science ship. So when this guy's done exploring this planet, I will have him explore the derelict ship and see what's up with that. Hopefully it's something good. We're gonna keep expanding this way. When I come down here and find the black hole, if we're really lucky, we'll get something called an L gate, which has some fun potentials to it. Our emperor gained a trait. He has an eye for talent, so he'll find better leaders. We can take a look at that while we expand our empire one. Here's our leader.
Anomaly found.
Yep, always research.
Star system charted.
He has an eye for talent, so leader level cap +1, and leaders gain experience by 20%. He's warlike, so ships do more damage, and he's charismatic, so edicts are cheaper and last longer. This construction ship is done, so I'll build the mining stations. There's no research stations here, and that's fine. FTL impact. A massive crater on 06 appears to be the result of a collision with a starship. From the size of the crater, we suspect that a ship exiting a hyperlane at maximum velocity rammed the planet for reasons unknown about 10,000 years ago. Remarkable, we gain a bunch of physics research. Unfortunately, this planet over here is really not colonizable by us. It's a savanna world, so it's only 20% compatibility with our species, which means our people would be incredibly unhappy with that planet. So we have a couple of options for getting control of that planet later on, though. We could get the research technology for building robots, and we could, I think once you get to droids, you can have your droids go out and colonize the planet. Also, our allies have another species. They're not the same race as us. So if we go to... Oh, we can't see the species. There must be a way to see the species. Founder species. Okay, so he likes Alpine preference, which if I remember Alpine... is that the desert worlds? I don't think it is. I can't think right now. I don't think he could do the Savannah world either. Wait, also Alpine? Interesting, but adaptive. So if we had this race, they're very adaptive. They can... Oh, it tells me all the planet likes at the bottom. So for Savannah worlds, they have... Yeah, they can't do Savannah worlds either. And I'm going to assume because of the same type. Yeah, plus 20%. So none of us can make use of this planet. It is useless to us for now. But we'll get robots later, or we'll get technology to terraform. The crew of the ship was found dead. What is more disturbing is they appear to have been killed by some highly advanced brain parasites. Interesting. We gain research, society research for that. So our science ship will have this one just keep exploring up here, because it is good to know maybe there's a planet up there we can colonize. Again, though, right, like the advantage of what we've done is we begin with allies by beginning with the hegemony origin. But the disadvantage is we don't get those planets. Those 2 planets should have been perfect for us to colonize. And they have them. So it's it's just interesting. I'll be curious how this goes. This guy's going to skip ahead and explore that black hole. I can kind of tell it, well, I can tell it's a black hole just by the black hole there. Traditions. Population growth speed. You know what? That one's going to be good. So now we have a 10%, so we have the minus 10% from being slow breeders, the 10% bonus from being gene mapping, and the 10% from our tradition. So we're actually 10% faster now. So we've managed to do that well.
Anomaly found.
Our capital has unemployed people again. So now we have a choice. We can build another building or district. We have 3 housing spots left for people, so let's do what we were talking about earlier, and let's grab the research labs. Because we got the second civilian industry to build consumer goods, we'll build the research labs, which is going to turn the consumer goods into research points for us. I think that'll be good. Again, sticking with my common theme, research is important.
Star system charted.
Okay, that's explored. Now, where do we want to send this guy to keep surveying? We know this is a dead end, so we'll fill that in at some point. The lanes travel down over... Oh, we have a connection to the inner ring over here, which is interesting. And then it continues further down to the end. So this will be the end. If we zoom out, the end of the ring is over here. Don't know that it matters too much. Let's go... Well, you know what? We'll send this guy to the inner ring, the center ring here, and then we'll send the other guy out to finish up our current ring.
Star system charted.
More strategic research. He's found dark matter. Still can't take use of that, and we're gonna still expand this way because we know we're gonna want to go this way.
Foreign power is hailing us.
Oh no. We have established communication with the Jabrun Foundation. Diplomatic channels are now open. Gain influence. They are pacifists and they are fanatic xenophobes. Interesting. They do not like other races. at all. Like, they extremely dislike other races, but they're very pacifist. So they're an empire that's just going to stick to themselves. They're not going to expand out very much. Well, they'll expand out to unclaimed stuff, but they're not going to be very warlike because they don't like war, but they don't like other races. So they're not going to do treaties with us and all that. They're not going to willingly join our federation. So this is interesting. Okay, we get a bunch of greetings based on what type of species you are. Because we did this weird thing where we picked 3, we actually have quite a few options. And I don't think any of these matters. It's basically like, because we're authoritarian and xenophiles, we can be like, together we can achieve greatness. Because we're militarists and xenophiles who can be, as fellow star explorers, we salute you. Etc., etc. Let's go. You will embrace the greater good eventually. Nice and intimidating. We have encountered some form of alien vessel in the Halloween Vortex system. The strange objects have been flagged as gibbering foundations. We can learn more. Okay. We'll want to explore that at some point. So now... This is very unfortunate. Because if you recall, this is exactly where we're trying to expand, and they are blocking us. So we have we have a number of choices at this point. We can expand down this way and cut off our ally, and just accept that our ally can't get big. Maybe that's fine. Maybe that's not a big deal, but I kind of want powerful allies. I kind of want powerful friends. Which leaves us down to, we need to expand this way. We have some options. We have closed borders with them. Unfortunately, they are fanatic xenophiles or xenophobes. So we're probably, even with our bonuses to diplomacy and with all the envoys we have, we could maybe convince them to open borders with us, and then we could expand past them and just kind of expand our empire around them and eventually try and have them join the Federation. But they won't fit in with our Federation very well. So there will be penalties to it because A, they're pacifists and all the rest of us are militarists. So there will be a pretty severe cohesion penalty to having them in our empire. Second, they are xenophobes, and almost everyone else in our empire is xenophile. Our empire likes aliens. We, want to unify under one rule, but, we still like alien species. So I'm thinking we're going to have to destroy this race. And I know we're militarists and that was our plan, but I was hoping to do generally diplomatic. I kind of wanted to conquer through diplomacy to some extent, which I guess is what we're going to do. But we're not even going to conquer and force them into our federation or conquer or force them into a vassal. I think this species we're just going to take control of, incorporate them into our empire, and probably not give them citizen rights. Because we don't want them influencing our people. We don't want them turning our people into xenophobes. Out of curiosity, if we go to policies, what do we have? So we do allow slavery, so we could enslave the species. I was trying to see... I don't see what I want. So right now we have equivalent fleets, so it might be important to build up my fleet and to prep for an early war. Now, I was building a research lab here. I'm going to cancel this. And I'm going to build an alloy foundation to build up what ships I can build. Wait, do they have 4 planets? I'm pretty sure that symbol means... Yeah. They have a lot of planets. Good lord. What type of planets do they have? Arctic, which we don't like. Tundra, which we don't like. Arctic, which we don't like. Noticing a trend here. Arctic, which we don't like. And Alpine, which I think our allies like this, right? If we integrate some of their species, yeah, they like Arctic, they like Alpine. They like Arctic, they like Alpine. So we could integrate some of our species cultures and take over these planets and have their species live there. Interesting. It might result in our primary species being smaller in our empire, but we can live with that. We can convince everyone else to follow our way of doing things. Yeah. Again, this is an interesting thing with beginning with a hegemony is we we have limited expansion. Like normally it's like, oh, we met this species, we'll just go this way and expand out to the right. But if I do that, I chop it off. So I think we're gonna prep for a very early war. Like normally I don't get into a war for a very long time in this game. I mean, from my other, if you've watched my other series, you might not believe that. You might think I'm just a warmonger, which I am, but I still tend not to get into wars for a long time. So we might as well come back and survey over here, because we can't survey out that way anymore, because they've closed their borders to us, because they're xenophobes. I mean, also maybe because I've closed my borders to them. We are going to... We can't declare rivalry with them. Why not? Oh, we require terrible relationships with them. So we're going to assign one of our envoys to harm our relationships with them, to make our relationship worse.
Technology secure.
And our constructor is going to keep expanding this way, because we want to basically get up next to their empire. We are going to... We're going to unlock gene clinics, because gene clinics will help us improve our population growth as well, which is going to be a theme of need for our people. And then we're just going to... it's going to be really interesting. We're going to be limited by this quite a bit. Explore that last system. I mean, it will let us come and do the anomalies, the harder ones and all that, because what else are our science ships going to be doing? Natural wormhole. We have detected what appears to be a natural... Okay.
Tactical retreat.
Uh-oh. Our science ship has encountered an alien hostile vessels. We found the Epsilon aliens. So, there is 1K of enemy alien ships there preventing us from exploring up there. And there is a natural gateway, which is awesome. That will let us expand out from this area to someplace, once we find the tech for it.
Construction complete.
So, you might as well explore this anomaly. You have all the time in the world, so go for it. It's going to be tricky finding stuff for them to do. Got no events for them to do, so why don't you come help survey our ally survey down there? And our construction ship, we're going to skip building the facilities and we're just going to expand down. Governor gained a trait. That's great.
Anomaly found.
We'll research it because we have all the time in the world. We need to up our fleet. So let's take a look at fleet management. Right now we have 3 corvettes. We can have our admiral can command a max of 20. And we have a naval capacity of 18. So we can't build more than 18 of these ships, basically. Even though our commander could have 20. So we're going to up this to 18. And what would it cost to build? It will cost 1,500 alloy to build my entire fleet. I only have 900. So we will start that production and get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll get 9 more ships going. If we take a look... Okay, that is extra excellent. Our allies, because if you recall, being a part of a federation, one of our laws is that everyone can contribute to a federation fleet, and we all contribute to a federation fleet power. They have built a little fleet here, which is not half bad. It's 13 little ships. So this is between the two, between the federation fleet and all that, will be good. The hope is that we'll be able to convince everyone else that we want to actually go to war with these people. Okay. Yeah. Well, now we get to talk about factions, because we've met our first alien race, and I know we began with two next to us, but our first one that we haven't known about for years and years and years. We didn't grow up with, so to speak. Because of that, we now have factions, which is differences of opinion within our culture or within our people. So we have three different factions. We have the Citizen Elite Union, which is got 43% of the support. There are 10 people in this faction, and they have a great deal of approval, 69% approval. What they want is an aristocratic society. So the fact that we are an imperial empire, they like. The fact that we have a monarchy, so to speak, they like. Stifled society, ensuring a stifled society, be it through a stifled economy, slavery, or even purging. I guess they're just not good human beings, or good alien beings in this case. And they like external authority, extending our influence to dominate subject nations will please other. Interesting. So they would like it if we just conquered, or if we didn't conquer, we vassalized them, if we dominated them and just controlled them. Okay, maybe we'll do that, because this is our primary faction, so it's the one we want to try and keep the happiest. So maybe we'll try and get a vassal out of this. Citizens for Freedom Council. This is gonna be the opposite. This is gonna be the negative one. They don't want an aristocratic society. They will be happier if we have a democracy. They want free movement. They don't want the crown to have the right to move people. So right now, I can go to any population in my empire and say, no, you don't live on this planet, you live on this planet. And they have no choice but to move. This group doesn't like that. Reproductive freedom. They want the right to have kids as much as they want. Right now, we don't have population controls running. We might need it later. We might not, depending on how we expand. And they don't want a stifled economy. And then the last faction, which tends to be middling, they want aggressive diplomacy, which we have. They want us to conquer alien planets, which we'll do. They want us to rival an alien faction, which we will soon. And they want us to install ourselves as the overlord of one or more foreign powers. But we are. I don't know why that one's red. We are. But regardless, we got to keep these in mind now. That will be a component for moving forward. And I think that will be a good point to call this episode. Thank you everyone for watching. And in the next episode, I don't know if we'll get to go to war in the next episode. I'm kind of hoping... oh great, we can declare rivalry now. It makes them hate us, but we get bonus influence from doing it. So we're definitely going to do it. We might try and go to war with them in the next episode. In this game, classically, I have never had the most luck with early wars. Once I'm in the mid-game, I tend to be able to control wars well and do a good job of expanding and conquering and whatnot, or just defending myself if I'm playing peacefully. Traditionally, I'm very bad at early wars. For some reason, I go to war with the Empire early, I lose, on average. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Hope to see you in the next episode.